If you knew that a single sentence, just one carefully chosen line, could make her heartbeat speed up and her memory hold on to you for years, would you still waste your time using weak phrases like "you are hot" or "nice dress"? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Most men have no real idea how powerful their words actually are. They think attraction is all about looks, money, or status. But the truth runs much deeper than that. What truly separates you from every other man is how you make her feel when she is around you. And here is the real shift in perspective. One of the most underestimated tools you have is a well-timed, well-delivered compliment. Think about this for a moment. Have you ever seen a woman's entire energy change just because of something a man said? One sentence spoken the right way can permanently change how she sees you, not just for a few seconds, but for a very long time. Today, I am breaking down 8 powerful compliments that go far beyond surface-level flattery. These are not weak, try-hard lines that make you sound desperate or forgettable. These are deep psychological compliments that trigger something primal in her mind, making her feel genuinely noticed, respected, and drawn to you on a deeper level. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If you are throwing around generic compliments like confetti, "you look cute," "nice outfit," "you are hot," then you are just another man blending into the background noise of her DMs. But if you understand the stoic approach to influence and attraction, the power of self-control, intentional speech, and the way you carry yourself, you will realize the real power does not lie in how much you say. It lies in how you say it, and even more importantly, how your words make her feel. So, if you are ready to elevate your presence, stand apart from every other man, and leave a lasting impression, stay focused. But first, take a moment to subscribe if you are ready to transform how you approach relationships through the mindset of stoicism. Every video here is designed to help you master your inner world and build deeper, more meaningful connections. The first compliment is this: that fragrance you are wearing is intoxicating. It smells incredible. Let us start with something most men completely overlook, yet it is extremely powerful: scent. If you understand the deeper psychology of attraction, you will realize something game-changing here. A woman's scent is one of the strongest triggers for memory and desire. Think about how often a specific smell instantly pulls you back into a moment in time. A warm summer night, a hug from someone you once cared about, a memory that feels frozen and alive at the same time. That happens because scent is directly connected to the brain's limbic system, the part responsible for emotion and memory. So when you compliment a woman's fragrance, you are not just saying you smell good. You are saying that her presence stays with you even after she is gone, and that idea is deeply intoxicating. Most men do not notice details like this. They default to shallow lines like "you look nice" or "that dress is cute." But a man who notices how she smells, the energy her scent carries, and the subtle effect it has on him stands out immediately. He is present, he is attentive, and most importantly, he is different. This is where stoicism enters the picture. A stoic man understands that words carry weight. He does not speak just to fill silence. He does not hand out compliments to chase validation. Every word he chooses is deliberate, intentional, and meaningful. So when you say that fragrance you are wearing is addictive, say it calmly. Say it with quiet certainty, not nervous excitement. Say it like a man who knows his value and has nothing to prove. When you do, pay attention to her body language. She will remember that moment, not just that day, but every time she wears that perfume again. That is not coincidence. That is psychological attraction. The second compliment is this: your smile could light up an entire room. Let us break this down because this one carries far more depth than most men realize. A smile is not just a physical feature. It is an energy. It is a frequency. It is something that can shift the atmosphere the second she walks in. When you tell a woman her smile could brighten a whole room, you are not talking about her teeth or her lips. You are acknowledging her presence. You are telling her that her energy has impact, that she has the ability to change the emotional tone of a space simply by being there. Think about it. Have you ever been in a room that felt heavy, tense, or disconnected, and then someone walked in with a genuine smile, and suddenly everything felt lighter? That is not just charm, that is influence. The average man focuses on surface beauty, you are pretty nice smile, but a perceptive, emotionally aware man notices something deeper. He sees the effect her smile has on the people around her. That kind of smile, the kind that puts people at ease, that feels like warmth in a cold room, is rare. And when you acknowledge it, you are saying, I do not just see how you look, I see what you bring. That is not just a compliment. That is recognition of power. Most men never notice this because they are too focused on appearances. But her smile is not just part of her beauty, it is part of her influence. When you see that and speak on it sincerely, you show emotional intelligence that immediately sets you apart. A stoic man is aware of the energy he carries. He does not need to be loud to be strong. He operates from presence, intention, and calm control. So when he speaks, his words land deeply. When you notice her smile and express it with genuine respect, she feels seen, and very few experiences are more unforgettable than that. The third compliment is this: I admire how real you are. You do not try to fit in. You are simply yourself. Let us be honest. We live in a world full of filters, not just online, but in everyday life. People wear masks constantly, shaping themselves into what they think others want. Authenticity, on the other hand, is rare. When you tell a woman, I admire how real you are not offering a casual compliment. You are validating one of the bravest choices a person can make today, choosing to be unapologetically themselves. While the world rewards conformity and quietly punishes honesty, she chooses truth. That is not just attractive. That is magnetic. Women hear compliments about their looks all the time: beautiful, sexy, stunning. But when a man looks deeper and says, I respect your authenticity, it lands differently. You are not admiring the mask. You are admiring the person underneath it. You are saying, I see who you truly are, and that is what I value. Authenticity is not always neat or polished. Sometimes it is messy, imperfect, and even uncomfortable, but it is always real, and real will always carry more weight than perfect. From a Stoic perspective, this matters deeply. A Stoic man values truth over trends. He aligns with who he is, not who the world tells him to be. So when he recognizes that same strength in someone else, it creates mutual respect. When you give this compliment, you are telling her she does not need to change. The real version of her is already enough. In a world full of people pretending, that kind of recognition means more than words can explain. The fourth compliment is this: I love the way you see the world. It is unique and it genuinely makes me think. Let us face reality. The world is full of copies, people running on autopilot, repeating the same opinions, following the same routines, blending into sameness. But every once in a while, you meet someone different, someone who questions things, someone who thinks deeply and sees life from a different angle. When you tell a woman you admire the way she sees the world, you are not just being poetic. You are recognizing her mind, her perspective, her individual way of understanding life. You are telling her that her thoughts matter, that her way of thinking inspires you. In a culture obsessed with appearances and group thinking, that kind of acknowledgement is rare. And because it is rare, it leaves a lasting mark. That is exactly why it lands so deeply. Most men only pay attention to what is visible on the surface: her looks, her clothes, her outward vibe. But the moment you notice what lives beneath that surface, how she views the world, how she interprets chaos, how she creates meaning out of uncertainty, you elevate the interaction from simple attraction to something meaningful. Without saying it directly, you are telling her, I am not only drawn to how you look, I am inspired by how you think. That shift changes everything. Now she does not see you as just another man seeking attention. She sees you as someone genuinely interested in her perspective, someone stimulated by her intellect and inner world. That alone separates you from the crowd. Now, connect this to Stoicism. A Stoic man does not blindly follow the masses. He questions, he reflects, he values clarity of thought, depth of understanding, and the courage to think independently. So when you offer this compliment, You are aligning with those values. You are honoring her vision, her mental freedom, and her depth in a world overflowing with shallow noise. And here is the real magic. When you say the way you see the world really makes me think, you are doing more than flattering her. You are inviting her to open up, to keep sharing, to explore ideas with you. You are encouraging depth without pressure. You are creating emotional intimacy without physical contact because you are connecting where it matters most, the mind. That kind of connection does not disappear overnight. It stays with her for years because while most men chase beauty, you chose to respect depth, and that is the difference between being forgettable and being impossible to forget. I love your energy. It is contagious. It genuinely makes me want to become a better version of myself. Let us talk about something many people completely underestimate. Energy shapes everything. You have felt it before. There are people who drain you the moment they walk into a room. You cannot always explain it, but their presence feels heavy, negative, exhausting. Then there is the opposite type, someone who lifts the atmosphere simply by being there. They do not demand attention. They elevate it. That is the kind of woman we are talking about here. When you tell her, your energy makes me want to be better, you are offering one of the highest forms of appreciation. You are saying you inspire growth. You awaken something in me. You push me forward. That carries far more weight than saying she is attractive ever could. Here is the truth. Life is short. If you are serious about living with purpose, you cannot afford to surround yourself with people who drain you. You need people who challenge you, energize you, and raise your standards simply through how they live. When a woman brings that kind of light, that kind of motivating presence, it deserves to be acknowledged. From a Stoic viewpoint, this matters deeply. The Stoic man values growth over comfort. He surrounds himself with people who sharpen him, who push him beyond complacency and into excellence. So when you give her this compliment, you are not praising her mood. You are honoring her impact. She is not just pleasant to be around, she expands your potential. That is not empty praise, that is genuine respect. Say it with intention. I love your energy. It makes me want to be the best version of myself. Because when she hears that, she understands she is not only desired, she is admired. And that distinction changes everything. You are honestly one of the most thoughtful people I have ever met. You truly care about others, and it shows. Let us be honest. We live in a world obsessed with self-promotion, curated images, and performative kindness. Everyone wants to appear good, but very few are genuinely good. So when you tell a woman this, you are cutting through layers of noise and recognizing something most people never take the time to see. You are not complimenting what she posts or how she presents herself. You are complimenting her character. You are noticing the small things. The way she remembers details others forget. The way she checks in without being asked. The way she goes out of her way to make people feel heard, valued, and understood. That is not surface-level charm. That is substance. That is integrity. It is easy to be attractive. It is easy to be clever, but it is rare to be deeply kind. Most men are so focused on attraction that they overlook what truly creates connection. Thoughtful people give. They nurture. They protect the emotional space around them. They do not dominate a room. They hold it. And when you tell her that you see this in her, you are saying, I see your heart. I see your effort. I see your goodness. That reaches places shallow compliments never will. From a Stoic lens, this is essential. Stoicism values virtue over vanity, character over appearance. The Stoics believed a meaningful life is built on integrity, empathy, and contribution. So when you acknowledge her thoughtfulness, you are not just making her feel appreciated. You are affirming that goodness is strength, compassion is wisdom, and real value comes from what we give, not what we take. You are honoring what she brings into the world, not just what she shows it. And she will never forget the man who noticed that. I love how driven you are. Your sense of purpose is genuinely inspiring. Let us talk about drive, that inner fire that separates people who drift through life from those who build something meaningful. In a world obsessed with shortcuts, distractions, and instant gratification, real ambition is rare. So when you acknowledge her drive, you are not just encouraging her. You are recognizing her mission. You are saying, I see your discipline. I respect your late nights. I understand the sacrifice behind your goals. That is not flattery. That is awareness. You are not just noticing effort. You are respecting mindset. And here is why that matters. Driven people do not seek validation. They are focused on progress. So when someone truly sees their dedication, it means more than words can easily express, especially for a woman who is often told to slow down, to settle, to be less intense. When you say her purpose inspires you, you are not just supporting her ambition, you are aligning yourself with it. From a Stoic perspective, this is powerful. A Stoic man knows time is limited, and wasted potential is one of the greatest losses. He moves with intention just as she does. So when you recognize her drive, you are seeing a kindred spirit in a world full of distractions and half-finished dreams. You are telling her she is rare, focused, and worthy of respect. That kind of compliment does not fade because it honors something deeper than appearance. It honors her direction. You have an incredible way of making people feel comfortable and truly valued. Let us talk about emotional intelligence, that quiet strength that cannot be faked, the ability to make others feel safe, understood, and appreciated simply through presence. Some people walk into a room and command attention. A rare few walk in and create connection. When you tell a woman this, you are speaking directly to her core because this is not about looks or charm. It is about presence. She does not need to perform or impress. She simply exists, and people feel better because of it. That is a gift. When you recognize it, you are not praising social skills. You are honoring her capacity to connect, to soothe, to make others feel like they matter in a world where many feel invisible. Here is the truth. Most people do not know how to truly hold space for others. They are consumed by insecurity or the need to prove something. But she is different. She listens, she adapts, she understands. She lifts others without needing recognition. When you say she has a way of making people feel comfortable, you are telling her presence is grounding. From a Stoic point of view, this is one of the highest virtues. Stoicism teaches empathy, awareness, and intentional connection. To understand before reacting, to listen before speaking. When you acknowledge her emotional intelligence, you are recognizing something increasingly rare, Grace. And that is unforgettable. These are not just compliments. They are bridges to deeper connection, mutual respect, and lasting chemistry. Because a woman may forget the exact words you used, but she will never forget how you made her.